everyone, this is Lorraine and this is Felix. He's officially 1 month old today. Here's Felix, 1 month. One-month-old Felix. He's got a little spit up on his shirt, don't mind that. Since I do these videos weekly, and he was 4 weeks on Sunday, but today 1 month, I figured it would be like better to do it on the month. I don't know. Not really sure if that's the case. It's pretty much the same whether I do it on 4 weeks or a month, but he's 4 weeks, 1 month old today. It's crazy how fast time flies. Everyone tells you that when you have a baby. They say, oh, time flies so quickly. It does. It does. It goes so fast. So he's already a month old. He's already been here a month. And I can't even imagine what it would be like not having him here. That's what your children do to you. They do something to you where you're like, I can't imagine my life without them, even though he's only been here for a month. So it's completely insane. One of the things that I would like to do in the next couple days is film a video on all of my essentials for the first month with baby. That way, if you're expecting or just interested, maybe you already have a baby and you're just interested in what I used, I'm gonna go through everything that I found was essential this first month. I think that would be helpful and useful information, and it would be something that I would like to go and look back on, just because it's interesting to me. Interesting. So he's a month old. I feel like he's gotten bigger. However, today I put him in a onesie that were my favorite onesies for Graham when he was a baby, and I swear he wore them pretty quickly after he was born. But I put him in one of them today. They're by Giggle, and it's still too big on him. Not like ridiculously big, but you know how that you're at the hospital and they give you those clothes for the baby there, and they're just like a little bit oversized. That's how I feel like this onesie is today. But so I feel like he's gotten a lot bigger, but he's not that big yet. He still wears newborn pants for sure, and he still wears a lot of newborn tops. However, he's more into 0 to 3 month now, and he's a little bit big for those types of things now, but some 0 to 3 month are still way too big. So it just depends on the brand and everything. Which I thought maybe I could go through the clothes that were my favorite in the first month too, if that's something that interests you. Anything that interests you, post it below and I will use this video as like key points to make sure I add into that video. But yeah. So he wears newborn pants, newborn 0 to 3 month tops. 0 to 3 month pants would definitely be too big still at this point. I just transitioned, probably like right when he turned 4 weeks, transitioned to size 1 diapers, and I use the Pampers Swaddlers Sensitive. They just are really good diapers, and I haven't had any kind of issues with like leaking or anything like that. So they're just my ideal choice for diapers. I even noticed like with the Huggies ones from the hospital that I used initially, just because we had some left, you could feel like wetness on them after he peed, like in the front. Not that they were necessarily wet, but they were kind of almost like seeping through. Where the Pampers, I haven't had that issue with the Pampers. So that's what I use, Pampers Swaddler Sensitive, just transitioned over to size 1. The one looks a lot bigger than the newborn size, so it looks a lot bigger, but as long as you put it on tight and everything, it seems good. Still sleeps a lot, but he stays awake a lot now too. So he's awake a lot during the day. He's very alert. He makes really good eye contact. He takes like a couple good decent naps during the day, but he's not staying asleep on his own for as long as he was before during the day. A lot of days I'll put him, I know he's tired a lot. So he seems just tired a lot. So some days I'll have him in like the carrier if I can't get him to just kind of sleep on his own during the day. So when I'm at home, I usually go with the Sully baby wrap. But if I'm out, I usually go with the baby Bjorn. But at this point, I feel like I'm comfortable enough with the wrap that I would wear the wrap out in public. I just haven't. I think if I were going to decide to wear it in public though, I would do what I did last go around when I'd wear it in public, is I'd put it on before I left the house. And then whenever I get to the destination, just put the baby directly into it. That way the first time I put him in, it's just really easy. But yeah, I've been baby wearing a lot. It's just something nice and easy and hands-free, because this baby has been liking to be held a lot more lately, and he hasn't been sleeping. He'll sleep maybe for like an hour in his crib or in his bassinet, but it's not like it was initially where it was 2 to 3 hours, or even he would go longer sleeping on his own. It's just, I don't know what happened, but but now he just wants to be held a little bit more, except at nighttime. He's a really good sleeper at nighttime. I usually feed him at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, depending on when I fed him last. And then he'll sleep he was sleeping until about midnight. And then he'd have this long stretch from like midnight to 5:30. Now he's kind of, a couple nights he's skipped that midnight feeding and just straight up woken up at like, then it's like somewhere between 3 and 5. So it's good. He's been sleeping really, really well. And when he's in our bed, but usually I'm just in it by myself because my son and my husband are currently sleeping in my son's room, because we're transitioning him over to we're transitioning him over to his big boy bed. But so he'll sleep really, really well during the night, and when he wakes up, I take him out of bed, go change his diaper, and then I bring him back into bed, and I feed him, and he falls right back asleep. And he doesn't really like to sleep on me at nighttime. So it's interesting. He likes to sleep next to me, but not on me. And it'll actually make him a little bit frustrated when he had enough milk, he's tired, he's on me, and then he starts like squirming, like I need my space. And then I'll lay him down next to me. And if he's like not completely asleep, I'll stick my boob in his mouth as he's laying there. He suckles for a second and then he falls asleep. So I don't know, but he likes to be like sleeping just kind of on his own then, always, which is great, But like I said, he's been really alert during the day. A lot of eye contact, which is so good. I feel like it's really good at this point to have as much eye contact as he does. He makes eye contact with me a lot, and if he talks to me, like does his little coos, and I coo back, he definitely smiles. So he's got real smiles at this point, and I don't know if I feel like that's early for that too, where it's like a real smile and it's not just like I'm pooping smile. So I think that's really cool. And if he's making eye contact with me during the day and I want him to smile, I'll just coo at him, and it makes him smile almost every single time. So it's really, really cool. I haven't been able to get it on camera or anything yet because he needs to be making like straight up eye contact to be doing it, and if the camera gets in there, he gets distracted. But it's just so cool. It's so cool. He still has baby acne. A lot of people recommended breast milk on the baby acne. When I had Graham, he had baby acne too. So I just assumed that all of the babies that I ever have, or these babies, if they're the only babies that I do have, are going to have baby acne. And I read that more so boys get it than girls. So he's still got the baby acne, but it looks like it's clearing up. And I have like put breast milk on it, like when I'm feeding him or something. Like if you're breastfeeding and you're feeding, a lot of times if the baby takes your boob out of your mouth, it'll continue, like the stream will continue flowing. So he'll take my boob out of his mouth and I'll just take some of that milk and put it on his face. I don't know if it has any effect on clearing it up or not. I just find that it seems to clear it up the best when I make sure before bed and when he wakes up to just wipe his face off with a wet washcloth. And I try to do it maybe like 1 or 2 other times during the day when I change his diaper. I don't always, but I always make sure to do it during when he first wakes up and right before we go to bed. So I feel like that is what helps the most. But it seems to be like kind of in the process of healing. So there's still like red dots on his face, but nothing that looks like pustule. But I feel like it looks a lot better now. But baby acne just makes me so sad. It makes me extremely sad. This baby, he doesn't like anything gimmicky, like I mentioned before. Like he doesn't like his swing, and he didn't really seem to like the Mamaroo yet. I don't think Graham liked his Mamaroo initially. I have the Mamaroo at work, so when I go into work I can get some things done. Graham didn't like it initially, but then he really liked it as he got a little bit older. He doesn't like any, just those are the things that I've tried. Bouncer, I put him in the Bouncer. Baby Bjorn Bouncer, I put him in that every morning as I'm getting a shower, and he lasts in that for about 10 minutes, and that's about it. But I feel like that's good. That's a good thing. It's not like a crazy amount of time, but I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's okay. But he doesn't really like to lay down like in his swing even that I have, the Nuna Leaf. Doesn't really seem to like that. He really prefers to kind of just be like laying on his back, looking at things. So that's it. I have at my parents' house stored a baby swing, and I've been meaning to go over there and get that just to see if he likes it, because I didn't think I was going to use it again. But maybe this baby will like an actual swing, so I'm gonna go do that. He doesn't like pacifiers. He kind of initially would take the Avent Soothie, and then he just didn't want it anymore. One night I gave him this Nature Suitin one. I'm not sure what it's called exactly. When he was just trying to fall asleep, he was really fussy. He just couldn't make himself fall asleep. He drank enough milk, so he didn't want to be suckling on my boobs anymore and making milk come out. So I finally decided to go and get this, and it actually helped him fall asleep. But I don't think that he's going to take pacifiers. And it's not necessarily like you want them to take pacifiers, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you're just like, here, take this, just calm down. But I've given this one to him a couple times and he seems to prefer it. But he just doesn't really like pacifiers in general. So it's really, I don't know, it's just interesting. It's really interesting. Like with Graham, he liked pacifiers until he was 5 months old, and then he just self-weaned from it. He didn't want a pacifier anymore. And I'm like, I would like to give this kid a pacifier because he doesn't fall asleep unless my boob is in his mouth. This baby will fall asleep just being held. He'll fall asleep in his car seat a little bit. He doesn't seem to like his car seat that much, but he'll fall asleep nicely. Like earlier my girlfriend came over and he was tired, but he had just eaten and he didn't fall asleep, and I changed his diaper, and then we just walked outside and I was holding him and he fell asleep. And I don't know that Graham would have really ever done that. I would have had to have my boob in his mouth or a pacifier in his mouth, and that would have been good. But yeah. One of the things that we started using this past week was the Sleep Sheep. You can see one back there. I've got 2 portable ones that you can hook onto a stroller or onto the car seat, which we have one on our car seat right now. And all it is like a white noise machine. He likes the ocean sound. It seems to soothe him and make him sleep. So we've been using that lately. I have the big one in his crib, but I kind of forgot about them. I had them, And then I just tried it out one day and it seemed to be just like very relaxing for him, very nice. So that's something that is new this past week. I don't think that there's anything else that's really new. I can't wait to make this video on the first month of essentials. I just really have got to like think about every step in my day and kind of figure it out from there. But I love finding great products and I love sharing them with people. I want to share products all the time. I know somebody else that's having a baby right now, and I want to get them like a little care package because I'm just like, here's some good things. Like, these are things that I think are so good that I want to share with you. So I just really enjoy sharing things. I don't know. I guess I'll talk about me postpartum now. I really don't feel like there's that much of a change in my body or anything this past week. I still am kind of like, get a little bit of like kind of old blood discharge, which might be too much information, but still having it. Something that's really too much information. I don't know if I should share it. It's probably really way too much information. Yeah, too much information. I'm not gonna go there. I'd really like to start working out, doing something, not anything crazy, like just walking. But my body, I just can tell it's still not ready to do that yet physically. So I'm trying to stay as active as I possibly can, which I am because I am the mother of a newborn and a toddler. So there's no really sitting still during the day. And if I do get to sit still, it's to do something like this. So I am staying as active as I possibly can. But I'd really like to start like walking again. I never really exercised, don't let me fool you there. I never did like serious form of exercise. I did like nice fast-paced walking over bridges and stuff like that. Nothing extreme, nice distances, but I'd like to do something like that again. I need to start eating a little bit healthier. The house that we're living in does not have a kitchen. So we have like a toaster oven, we have like a hot water kettle, like electric kettle. We have a press, we have a blender. We just don't have a kitchen. So we haven't really been eating the best that we possibly can, just because certain options are just easier than others. I'm not like eating like bad fast food, but still not so good, not so good. But I'd really like to start trying to eat a little bit better. Maybe just more salads and stuff, something that doesn't require much work. But yeah, that's about it. And I guess I'll show you my body, even though I really don't feel that there's any kind of change. I didn't wear any kind of belly bandit this week, didn't do anything. So I'll just show you my body 1 month postpartum. Waking him up, waking him up. Okay, how do you like being a big brother?
Nice.
It's nice. You're the best big brother ever, you know that?
Yeah.
Do you help mommy? What do you help mommy do with your brother?
Change his diaper.
He helps me change his diaper. He stands there with me. He wouldn't touch the diaper, right? Oh, but he gets me a new diaper out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Did you hear that yawn?
Yeah, I did hear that yawn. We talk to him. We tell him about everything, because everything in the whole world everything in the whole world is new to this baby. Why are you telling me to shh? That's not very nice. Quiet? Oh, okay, sorry. Everything in this world is new to this baby, so we tell him about everything, right?
Yeah.
We tell him, we like your blue socks, Felix. We like your little hands. And then Graham counts his fingers for him, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many fingers are on his hands?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What about your thumb? Is that not a finger?
Mm-mm.
The thumb's not a finger. I think it is. I don't know how that works exactly, but I feel like it's like 5 fingers. I think you should count your thumb.
Why?
I like the thumb.
Why?
I just like it. I guess that's everything. So goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Yeah.
He loves his big brother.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that big one?
I heard the big yawn.
Mm.
You're a good big brother.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go on your eye?